all clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you?
Ooh, someone's getting
all
shaky.
Clear? What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear. I will not back down.
Huh?
Sweet Korekio, calm yourself.
Hold on for a moment before you say anything. I have a personal vendetta with this bitch. I don't like her. And it is a her, ladies and gentlemen. This is Korekio with DID. He has dissociative identity disorder, and this bitch is the reason why.
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson. Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
So kind of like Diavolo.
Yes, like Diavolo, in a way.
For anyone who has not seen or read Part 5 yet.
Giving me the goddamn willies!
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all.
No, I mean this.
Full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog!
There's still one thing that kind of pins it on you.
Nothing is clear at all!
I'll make it quick.
Angie was attacked in the empty room first, and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprits carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wiped them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words.
I just cut across the words, and I was able to get it regardless of hitbox.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Guess. Interesting guess.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
What most people in the DR fandom seems to agree is that Kyo shows a tulpa rather than a DID. I could see it, but I also think it's DID for reasons I will explain after this trial.
What's the tulpa?
It's basically an imaginary friend becoming real. Basically, you fully believe an imaginary person is there. So basically, you're in a psychosis of constantly in belief that your imaginary friend is not imaginary.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt, and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Now that we have actual fucking proof of the case...
It has to be you! It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What the fuck? So it's true!
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
You killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
The murder that was an accident. was Angie.
That's it! Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tango wasn't accident?
Nope, that was fully planned.
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in.
To get a candle.
So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
Okay.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then he should have just stopped there. Then he killed Angie. There was no reason for him to kill Tinko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you kill two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Calm yourself, Korekio. Yes.
I'm guessing it was the altar the one that did it?
Nope.
Oh.
He's just protecting himself.
Okay.
You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
If anyone who knows about that altar, please keep quiet until it actually reveals who that altar is.
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. So you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it.
Let's see about that,
I will
bitch.
only acknowledge facts, true events.
Oh, God, he's one of those facts over feelings people.
I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses.
No, he's one of those facts over feelings people.
Good job, Korekio.
And then even when you present the facts and truth against him, he still won't believe it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
No evidence. There's no evidence that he killed Angie.
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
Yeah,
The
they
weapon
do.
that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize.
No.
Apologize. Apologize. Come on. Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him. Time for the dance.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit.
Ah, I hate that.
Yeah, no, that wasn't your fault. I
You
think
are
for some reason the
simply
game,
wrong.
like every now and then, just freezes.
Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Korekio.
Yeah, quickly.
To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us?
Brian's got this.
That's merely a delusion. Well said, Korekio. To continue this debate.
You got this.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not
Anybody,
me.
anyone?
Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
You got this. You got this.
Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you...
See.
You have no
Remove
proof that
floorboard.
Correcchio is the killer.
It ends here!
Not the kind of pose I would expect, but okay.
The other girls, the other
Kyo
ones
hit
got the
Angie with
treatments. Might
same
as well.
floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
The dried blood.
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
Most likely.
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the bloodstain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Well, that pretty much sealed it.
Bravo also to Todd Peppercorn for that wonderful performance.
I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board.
Voice actors need to be paid more.
Yes, they do.
Voice actors need to be paid more. I'm gonna repeat that for anyone who needs to hear that. Voice actors need to be paid more.
When Angie walked in,
And he cold cocked her with the floorboard.
He's cold mother. You stop.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This is the truth.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Okay, Kaito, you didn't do jack shit this round except like motivate Himiko. Otherwise, I'm already gonna bring down the house anyway.
Ichi, please, put an end to this. For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time.
It's time to make a
I
comic book.
want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
It's time to make a comic book.
Let's look back at the first murder.
I'll put it on auto.
It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse.
Auto's too long.
They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms.
That's still a weird looking saw.
Oh, it's a strange saw, but it actually exists.
However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting cross pieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick.
In essence, yeah, it was the tape that gave it away.
Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this: to overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere, and the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door.
Poor Angie. I feel so bad for her. She wanted a candle. She wanted to start a cult. Don't feel bad for her.
Yeah,
A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance.
Yeah, Korikyo takes a long time because there is 2 murders.
Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance.
Achoo!
In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium. But our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain And we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
Take that!
That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Korekio. There were times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
What?
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already!
I'll explain what's going on after. Please give me some more time.
Roger that! One voting time!
The heart racing excitement as...
The heart-racing excitement!
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off!
It's voting time!
That's so cool though.
It seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
At least Korekio wasn't as salty as fucking Kirumi.
Right.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I mean, it's pretty clear we made a good choice.
I mean, yeah. It was against you the entire time! Oh, wait. Look at all the coins that I gotta spend.
How many
Yay.
coins do we have now?
225. Because I've been going into the casino and I've also been getting gifts. Yeah, I missed a couple of fucking times. I don't give a fuck. Still got made, bitch! Alright. Wow, seriously? You're correct again?
Absolutely!
Amazing! This is the third correct verdict in a row!
All right!
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round. How is this gonna last that long?
For now.
It's finally over. Beep.
No.
Not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right!
Yeah, he no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have.
Oh?
Motive? Hey, did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? And if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Hey!
Ah, don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito?
Shut up!
I never said I was scared.
The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it? Because we're friends. I'll tell you. I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that.
What?
So it has nothing to do with a motive?
Eh?
Then, why?
Yes.
For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
From the bottom of my heart. Someone so dear. Someone I long for.
I love her with all my heart. And she loves me with all her heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love, no matter what anyone says.
What?
I'm bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you! Some of us aren't that lucky!
So to see this lover of yours, you had to escape.
Don't tell me.
That's why you killed Angie and Tenko? But why did you need to kill both?
If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Inside?
Wait!
Don't look at me, I'm not his lover!
Yeah.
Calm down, no one would want a disgusting shit stuffed bitch like you anyway. Up top. Not the time? Okay.
Curse Bloosh!
What?
Hey!
Bryan's still shaking his head. To keep going, I'll just keep going. Okay.
Kyo, who was it? Who's this person you love?
Hey.
Is it really one of us?
Not even close.
When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy.
You see,
I mean inside me.
sister.
Yes, the one I love lives inside me. My dearest sister. Okay, time for me to explain. A lot of people, when they get to this chapter specifically, are turned around, disgusted, pissed off at Korikyo right now. Because what he has just basically confessed is that he has committed incest with his sister. I, unfortunately, must tell you all, his sister raped him, abused him, emotionally, mentally, and physically abused him to the point where he is madly in love with her. This is a case of incestual Stockholm syndrome. His sister was deathly sick. She was in and out of hospitals. That's literally her life. So the only one that she can pretty much interact with is her younger brother, Korikyo. She literally groomed him. And the reason I believe he has DID instead of having a tulpa is because she's the reason of trauma. She is not an imaginary friend. His literal sister is the cause of trauma and the creation of the altar that becomes her. Please understand, if you are pissed off at this chapter, do not be pissed off at Korikyo for saying that he loves his sister. Please do not assume that people like Korikyo because he has incestual love for his sister. And understand that people like Korikyo because he is a pitiful character who was abused and groomed as a child by his sister, and then shit happened after she died, which I'm going to let Korikyo explain the rest of it. But I just needed to make that clear.
Do we find out any of what you just said right now, or is it only until we, spend time with him?
We get the basis of what's going on, that he's killing for a specific reason for his sister, and the method and reason why, but we don't get the background until you go into the intimate, talks with him. Because that's DanganRonpa for you. We never fucking know. So please understand, people like Korikyo because he's a pitiful character. He's still a fucking murderer. He still killed 2 people. Well, 2+ people at this point. Moving on. Korikyo will explain the rest.
Huh? Sister?
Wait!
Don't look at me! I'm not a sister!
No one's looking at you.
Well, duh. If you were his sister, he would have killed himself already.
Wait.
Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter?
It's not that difficult. My sister is my lover.
I'm sorry, I have to.
Go for it.
Sweet home Alabama.
Jesus Christ.
I loved her so deeply.
I also love that there is a note.
So deeply.
There's a note in the CG says no physical connection. That means they're not having sex, guys. The scene is not a sex scene.
The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us.
The fact that you were siblings made your sister commit the ultimate fucking sin of grooming a minor.
They called it forbidden love, but none could stop the love we shared. Oh, how I longed for my sister's warmth. The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth. For my beloved sister,
I had to.
Always messing around.
You had to You had to escape from here, right?
No.
I had to kill for her.
Huh?
What?
Sister
was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister.
Huh?
Deceased?
Do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost, so her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister!
For sister's sake, I've killed many to send her 100 friends. They were all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh?
What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister
is very happy.
Yes.
Yes, Korekio. I am very happy. Thanks to you, I'm not lonely.
What?
Could be. The lipstick version of Kyo is...
I am Korekio's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What?
Yes.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught, I nearly went mad. But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Korekio. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
Is this really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional. What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love. You're a fucking pedophile who groomed your younger brother. Fuck off.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
Well, you know.
You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the two you killed here?
What was that?
Seems like he was already crazy before he got here. So we have a second fucking nut job. Up top.
Because?
You didn't escape to kill Vermeer. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh?
Only girls? I see. So when we were deciding who should be a medium. Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It will work best with a girl.
Oh, okay.
You said it would work best with a girl.
That makes sense.
I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Mew, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sister's friends.
All worthy?
Why you?
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
Then
The second victim could have been me. Tenko died in place of me. And I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me the anti-spirit could go in. No, I'll do it.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko.
Huh? Infiltrate? Really?
But
how did you... It was obvious to me. I have studied many people.
Can this be?
She stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko.
I mean, it's not like she tried making creepy advances toward you every single chance she could get.
Though, I was planning on having you become sister's friend too. Eventually.
No way!
What? You do all that for?
Wow, you did all that just to kill? For you to go that far? That's pretty impressive. Kinda fucked up, but pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child, just so you could use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see.
Probably.
It interested me as an anthropologist, of course. But more than that.
For my beloved sister.
I wanted to kill for sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay? You look kinda pale.
Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now.
The abuse and trauma you go through does not give you the excuse to kill people. So yeah. Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place.
However...
But Angie walked in on me preparing, and I ended up killing her a different way. But I figured I might as well kill someone else, too. After all, it would be a shame to just waste the seance trick I prepared.
What is that?
You're talking like you killed her just because you could! No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister.
Correctio.
You're such a thoughtful little brother, but it was bad to get greedy.
Oh dear.
You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister.
Makes me think, how many has he killed already?
He was close to 100. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Korekio's crime.
I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand. Beep boop.
Why?
That right. Killing 2 friends for your dead sister?
But how?
That wrong. That's so wrong.
Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
That's right. Even though I'm a ghost now, I am always by Korekio's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you.
Cut it out already!
What was that?
I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing makes sense. It's not fair. Why did Enji and Tenko have to die for something so unfair?
Well...
Because death is unfair. Duh.
Yeah. And another thing.
All deaths are unfair deaths. Do you think we want people to die at the end of their stories? Someone wants someone to live. It's not like everyone likes to die. So all our deaths are unfair. Because they have no control over it. In the grand scheme of things, death is always going to be unfair. Why? Because you're never given a chance to continue living when you reach that precipice of the Reaper. When a person contemplates suicide, it's not their actual brain talking. It's the suicidal depression and anxiety that makes them think that they're not worth living. But in reality, every life is important.
No, there's still one that I think we can let, just kind of slip by.
Oh, Hitler? Absolutely. Hitler thought he was a great guy. Hitler thought he did great art. And then he decided to kill people with a fart. I'll let you think about that one. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because Everyone likes unfair deaths. What, we don't talk about heroes often enough? Oh, sure, some police officer saves a puppy from a tree. Oh, sure, whatever. Oh, some people get shot in a riot? Oh, some people start a world war? Some people are bombing countries? Now that's the shit people want to see. Because those, by humans, are deemed more important than people being heroes. Jesse!
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies a philosophy, right? Give just high school students forced to play a killing game? Man, if people were watching this, they could get a kick out of it. If people were watching this?
Shut up!
Oh, knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
Hell yeah! If I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching.
So then...
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
Sister...
I think I shall go and see her now. My beloved sister.
Sister...
I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correcchio.
It's alright, sweet Correcchio. Come to me.
Oh.
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
It's punishment time!
Huh?
Punishment time.
Sister...
My beloved sister. At long last, I'll finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes. From now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others.
What? Wait! I can't accept this!
Therefore...
Like I said, there is no such thing as a death that can be accepted.
From an anthropological point of view...
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease?
Yes.
The living must find a reason, however forced, to accept death whenever it happens. How you come to terms with death also determines how you live. Yes?
What was that?
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For the ultimate anthropologist, Correcchio Shinjuji! Shinguji? I'm an asshole. Shinguji!
I shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
That's right.
It won't just be me and Correcchio. All those who died will be watching. I will be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity is beautiful.
I'll be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
And I'm not gonna lie, I love this one as a spectator, and you'll see why.
Bye-bye!
Alright, let's see how this one goes.
Kettle of fish. Oh, remember that Shibari reference you were talking about? Cultural melting pot.
Why didn't you? Oh, son of a bitch, giving him a Goemon bath. Jesus Christ.
Fare thee well, Monodam. Oh, this is painful. Yeah, but... And this is my favorite part right here. Purification by assault!
Wait, why is his sister throwing the
Because his sister's a bitch.
What?
Though, not gonna lie, when I saw him throwing the salt, I could think it was a fucking salt splash from Mob Psycho.
Oh, 100%. And here's the thing. I know people are going to argue with me about the semantics of calling Korekiyo's sister a pedo. We don't know how old she is. We don't know how old she died. She still groomed her younger brother. That is still someone who is using their older balance to influence a younger partner. So even if they were both minors, even if they were both absolutely under the age of 18, she was still the older sister who pretty much like used her age and her situation with Korekiyo to abuse him. Whether or not she can be called a pedo is up for debate based on these sisters' age. There is still a power play of the fact that she was literally his older sister.
Oh, Gory! No! Monodam, why?
Y'all fuckers were ignoring him.
How can this be?
What the? To think my cute child would commit suicide.
Yay!
Yeah, it's so cute. It's so freaking cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along. I'm so fucked up.
Monodam committed suicide. Had I known this would happen, I would have been nicer to him.
Isn't that what everyone says when someone commits suicide? It's like, oh, I could have been nicer to them. Oh, I should have listened to them and all that crap. How about you just be nice now? Stop making excuses. Stop being an asshole. And just be nice now.
The only reason Monodam was obsessed with getting along is because everyone but me bullied him. That's right. Yes, the other Monocubs drove him to suicide, but not me.
Hey.
Who's Monodam?
Eh? You already forgot. That's, kind of scary.
Well now.
Looks like another class trial's wrapped up with that incident, so, I'm gonna take back this here in Necronomicon. It seems like such a waste, though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster.
Shut up! How long are you gonna keep talking about that?
I told you. Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you'll think another murder will happen if you do that, right? Who can say?
What a waste. If none of you were gonna use it, you should have let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings.
Which one?
Eh? Well, I don't know. They're all pretty terrible, actually.
Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it was just been the two of us this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad.
So long. Farewell.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
Man, this is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead.
Of course!
The living are more precious than the dead, no matter what.
That's not something a coward like you should say.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
But there's one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but this is there instead after all. Not this academy.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Gota do his best.
To keep everyone safe, Gota want to protect everyone.
But your talent is etymology. I don't want Shuichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of these class trials.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, your talented assassin is way more trouble. What do you use that, huh? I'll fucking kill you.
Okay.
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent. Huh?
That's right.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore.
I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. Maki. I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true calling is killer shows?
Don't underestimate her. Maki rules one of my sidekicks.
Got a minute?
I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki Roll idiot? Oh, so you guys are close now. You know, like, yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people.
You're right. Only 9 people left now.
Well, what do you know? The dumbass can do basic math.
Just 9 of us.
Well, you know.
Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. That's totally what a heartless robot is thinking, right?
How rude! No, I am not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable, Boop.
But you know...
But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on God, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in all of you.
Okay.
Haito.
Well, of course.
You're right. Those of us who remain can start over, Boop.
Hold up. Keyboard needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there's one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
How exciting!
Yank your head up and smash it in the ground with all your strength. Got that? Up top. No? Okay.
No way!
I have never heard of such an intense form of apology, Beep.
It seems like everything is settled for now. Even though we're missing her.
You alright?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta.
Hey!
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh, Gonta understand.
You're so dumb.
God, Himiko is such a liar!
Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was comprised with just the truth.
But
even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know?
Right?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit. I only said this because I thought about it.
Because?
Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey!
Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? What? Hold back? Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto the thing can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko.
Tango! Angie! I'm so lonely! I'm so lonely without you two! But I gotta survive! I still can't go to where you are! But I'm lonely! I'm so lonely without both of you!
Himiko.
Damn it.
Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her to do so, we began crying. The tears we shed, we can't even describe it. We were crying for what we had been through and what was to come. Hate, sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love, tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However,
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
Gonta, you are my son. You should not be looking as handsome as you are. God, pinch your chin and kiss you on the head. Hamon kiss.
No, she fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Alright, what bombshell is gonna be dropped on us next?
Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me?
Shut up, Miu.
You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking you.
Miu, she's not going to have sex with him.
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
While we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead.
Huh? You sure?
Well...
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick.
You worried about me?
Yeah, worried about your stupidity, you fucking idiot.
You haven't warmed up to me, huh?
But...
Maybe not. I feel like the walls we had are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It seemed like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, because of me.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe, but you sound like you're bragging, Kaito.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Got it. See you tomorrow.
Got it.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. I'm waiting for that fucking bombshell.
After we said our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito.
Oh.
Damn it. I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here. No way.
There it is.
There's the bombshell. Okay. We got the mask. How nice.